So to close out the action here at Motorsport Arena E in Mülsen, it's the final for the Deutsche Elektrokartmeisterschaft, as they have been our guests for their midway point of the season, which they will hit after this race. So Luca Neuenhuizen starts on pole position ahead of Alexei Yalava from Finland, Jens van der Heijden from the Netherlands, and Oscar Pellemele from France. That's row 2. Theo Cacati, who was the overall winner yesterday, starts P5 and has Portugal's Bernardo Pinheiro alongside in the 413. Mats Jan Overhoff rounds out the top 7 ahead of Jasmin Stein, with Elis Spiezia and Corina Camper running out the top 10. Spiezia did admit on social media that steering column and the tie rod had to be, let's say, readjusted or replaced thereof. So, standing start once again. So, who is going to come out on top in final 2 here? As the marshal now walks away, red lights will ignite on the starting gantry. 13 laps of electric racing ahead of us. Lights out. We are racing. And a great start, this time by Neuenhuizen, who gets ahead of Yalava. Neuenhuizen, that was Yalava that actually got into the lead. And Pellemele followed suit. So the French driver up into second place. As now Pellemele goes for the lead up the inside of Yalava. Neuenhuizen goes up there through 2. And then Elis Spiezia battling away with Jasmin Stein at the back part of the field for 8th and 9th respectively. The 2 drivers that have returned to the championship in 2021. Luca Vlerma won this championship last season. So they make their way up towards the far part of the circuit. And with the track very much not as saturated as we saw in the pre-final, which was definitely very interesting indeed. Oscar Pellemele leads after the completion of the first lap and leads by nearly half a second ahead of Luca Neuenhuizen, Alexei Yalava, Theo Cacati, Jens van der Heijden. They round out the top 5 positions, covered by just over a second at the end of the first completed lap out of 13. So, including this one, there's 12 to go. And Theo Cacati looking up the inside of Alexei Yalava. Not on that particular occasion. He's got Jens van der Heijden closing down on him. So, there's the top 7. And we'll see whether Elis Spiezia has managed to get past Jasmin Stein for 8th position. Spiezia was looking good for a P2 finish in the pre-final earlier on, but unfortunately spun it all away. So here we go across the line to complete lap number 2. Pellemele now leads by nearly 0.8 of a second. After a second lap, you can see the dark grey clouds on the far part of the circuit looking rather menacing. As here is Yalava versus Cacati. Cacati looking up the inside, looking to make the move up the fin, goes through turn 4 to take P3. Jens van der Heijden is waiting in the wings. Bernardo Pinheiro from Portugal is pretty much within proximity. He's running in P6 at the moment. Elis Spiezia now starts the chase and has got Mats Johan Overhoff from Germany just up ahead. And a bit sideways from Overhoff going into the final chicane on the circuit. Going through the right hand of the back end, steps out to the left-hand side, but Oscar Pellemele is leading by a considerable margin. The gap was just over 3/4 of a second. I think that's going to be more than a second this time around. It is 0.93, not too far off of that 1 second gap. Alexei Yalava is only a 10th behind Cacati in the battle for second position. So at the moment, Pellemele still leads. Theo Cacati in second. Alexei Yalava rounds out the top 3. Luca Neuenhuizen rounds out the top 4 ahead of Jens van der Heijden. Bernardo Pinheiro, Mats Johan Overhoff and Elis Spiezia. Well, Spiezia's got the move done on the German and the American up into P7. And now he can start chasing those in front. We still have 10 laps, including this one, to go, as the move for 4th place was nearly on. Van der Heijden nearly going up the inside of the 416. And Neuenhuizen going through into the penultimate right-hander. But Kikati now starting to push, and he's put in the fastest lap of the race, a 52.198 second lap time. He's got the gap down to 0.769 of a second. So Kikati, watch out for the Emirati. He was quick yesterday in qualifying and also in the two races where he hit the top step of the podium. He was not to be denied. But the championship blown wide open ahead of their penultimate round of the season, which heads to Karting Genk between the 30th of July and the 1st of August. And then their season curtails right back at this very circuit, the 10th to the 12th of September 2021. So we're going to complete 5 laps out of 13. On to lap number 6 we go. So Pelmele has kept the lead at around about 7.5 tenths of a second. Spiezia has put in a personal best and is closing in. He's within 8 tenths of Bernardo Pinheiro from Portugal in the 4:13. It's been a bit more concise. Everyone seems to be staying on track, unlike what we saw in the pre-final. And there is a battle between 8th, 9th and 10th between Mats-Johan Overhoff, Jasmin Stein and Corina Kamper. And now Spiezia looks to closing that gap. He's got up. He's getting closer and closer to Pinheiro. Pinheiro's been running in the 52.6s. Spiezia's got some unbridled pace to unleash in those electric horses behind his right foot. Now he was 0.798 behind Pinheiro last time around. The lead has expanded to just over 8 tenths. Spiezia sets another personal best, but Pinheiro has responded. There's Kikati battling away with Jalava for second and third. And just behind them, they've got Neuenhuizen and von der Heijden just behind, still pushing like crazy. We have 7 laps, including this one, to go. Time is going to start running out, but Jalava will be ruining what could have been after what happened yesterday. Jalava had a race day to forget, and going into the penultimate round at Karting Genk, the Finn will look to fly around that 1,360 metre circuit, also known as the home of champions. And it has pretty much stayed as a stalemate right now, because Jalava's trying to get past Kikati, but Kikati's just parking the cart exactly where he needs to. Because as I said earlier on this weekend, and also earlier on today, you can use the boost function on these carts as a defence or an attack mechanism. And it's also quite useful in qualifying too. But Pelmele, having started in 4th position, got to the lead quite early and has controlled proceedings. So, but it's now down to what happens behind. Because the way things are going, and several drivers have started getting into the 51s. Elish Spiezia on lap number 7 sets the fastest lap of the race of 51.867. And he's now gotten past. Well, he's now trying to get past Pinheiro. Now, for those wondering about the live timing, Kikati is actually showing up a little bit further up the order. He is still... Well, I'm just wondering what has happened, because Jalava was showing in second on the timing. But now, I'm just keeping my eyes a little bit further back. I'm wondering if there has been a problem for somebody else, because Kikati is showing down at the bottom of the timesheets. However, he looks to still be in second position. So I'm wondering if there is a slight timing issue. But Pelmele is pulling away. So as they come across the line, Pelmele is in first. I can't make heads or tails of it. It looks like that there has been a change. So Kikati should be in second, well, was in second. I think he's probably in third place. But the biggest news is that Bernardo Pinheiro is being closed in on by Elish Spiezia, who is closing on those in front. So Kikati is actually showing up in third place on the road. Alexei Jalava rounds out the top 4. Spiezia is looking hungry for what could be somewhere in the top 5. But the laps are fast ticking away. He's trying to close on Bernardo Pinheiro. Corina Camper's winning the war for 8th position at the minute. As look, Pelmelet's had a massive moment. And here comes Neuenhuizen looking to do the double. He's trying to go up the inside of the Frenchman through the final corner. But the 410 stays in front. It's now all changed. Musical chairs in Deutsche Elektrokart Meisterschaft here at Mülsen. And this is where things get rather interesting indeed. Someone's gone very, very wide. That looks like it could have been Kakati that has gone wide out of turn 2. But Pelmelet's lost the lead to Neuenhuizen, who takes the lead back after starting from pole position. Spiezia fancies a piece of a top 5 apple pie round about now. And he could get past somebody very, very quickly indeed, as long as he doesn't hit the curbs too hard. And there we go. That's the move for second. Oh, Yalava getting fisty-cufty all the way through. There's a move. That's dramas. Dramas for not just Yalava, but that was Kakati that just got compromised. They were battling away tooth and nail. Yalava started spinning, and all of a sudden, it all went wrong for Kakati, who got compromised, and that was it. So that now means that Bernardo Pinheiro is 4th on the road, and behind him is Elish Spiezia. Right, they're calling it last lap, board out now. That is going to be one more to go after this one. Well, this is the last lap of the race, and who knows what other trials and tribulations we might have at the end of it all. Luca Neuenhuizen still continues to lead. And, Pelmelet, look at his back bumper. That is ripped asunder. Pelmelet, that was a mechanical black flag if ever I saw it. That has got some back-end damage, that car. That's now going to compromise him because it's scraping across the floor. And now, watch out, because you've got Yalava. You've also got Pinheiro. Yalava trying to go up the inside of Pelmelet, and they nearly tangle on the final lap of the race. The checkered is going to come out. I'm not too sure what's going to happen with Pelmelet, whether his second place will stand. Yalava's going to try and do something about it now. Up the inside, through into second goes the Finn, as there's a bit of an exchange of places. And Pelmelet looking to get back up the inside, but he's got an adrift rear bumper. But Neuenhuizen wins day 2 overall. He does the double in the final and the pre-final. Luca Neuenhuizen from the Netherlands takes the double here in Mülsen on day 2. It was Theo Kakati yesterday. It's Neuenhuizen from the Netherlands here today. Pelmelet comes over across the line in second. Yalava in third. Bernardo Pinheiro rounds out the top 4. A welcome top 5 finish for Elish Spiezia. Mats-Johan Overhoff takes 6th. Corina Camper 7th. Yasmin Stein in 8th, and Jens van der Heijden rounds out the top 9. And it looks like Theo Kakati might have had dramas in the final throws of the race. But Luca Neuenhuizen wins day 2 of round 2 of the 2021 Deutsche Elektrokart Meisterschaft season here in Eastern Germany.